Paris has so many things to do, but not all of them are worth your time or your money. If you're visiting Paris for the very first time, you absolutely want to experience the best that this city has to offer. I'm gonna share with you 10 bucket list experiences in Paris that are actually worth it. With that being said, let's dive in. Let's start with the first and most obvious one, which is the Eiffel Tower. When you think of Paris, you immediately think of the Eiffel Tower. I believe that this attraction is an absolute must for first timers. The Eiffel Tower is one of the most famous landmarks in the world, with nearly 7 million visitors per year. Whether you see it from the ground or go up to the top, it's an experience you'll never forget. But I will say that there's more to the Eiffel Tower than just looking at it. Yes, you can admire it from the ground, but you can also take the stairs or the elevator to go up to the second floor for incredible views. You can even dine in with a view. The Eiffel Tower has two restaurants where you can make a reservation to dine in. When I went to Paris, I learned that the best time to visit the Eiffel Tower was in the early morning. There are fewer crowds during this time. You can catch the sunrise and the lighting is just perfect for photos. You can also enjoy it during sunset and nighttime. However, there will be bigger crowds around that time. After sunset, the Eiffel Tower lights up and stays up until like 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning. The sparkling lights twinkle for about 5 minutes every hour after sunset. I promise it will be an unforgettable experience where you just need to soak in the view and appreciate where you are. Next up, we have the Louvre. The Louvre is the most famous art museum in the world and home to the Mona Lisa. Even if you don't care about art, the glass pyramid and historic collections are definitely worth the visit. The Louvre is always crowded, so a tip that I learned is to book your tickets for the early morning. That way you can avoid big lines and bigger crowds. You can also avoid big crowds if you visit it about an hour before they close. The third experience you must do is to walk along the Champs-Élysées. It's known as the most beautiful avenue in the world. It stretches from the Place de la Concorde to the Arc de Triomphe. It's great for shopping and sightseeing. It's home to luxury brands like Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and Cartier. It's also worth mentioning that you'll find a lot of cafes and theaters. The fourth experience you must do that also goes along with walking around the Champs-Élysées is to visit the Arc de Triomphe. This is one of the most famous monuments in Paris. It was built to honor Napoleon's victories. It is located at the top of the Champs-Élysées, which makes it easy to visit along walking the Champs-Élysées, cafes, shopping, and other attractions. The best time to visit is before 10 a.m. in the morning to avoid big crowds, and after sunset to get the best views. The fifth place you must visit is the Notre Dame Cathedral. It is an iconic landmark and one of the most famous cathedrals in the world. When I visited Paris, it was closed for restoration, so we were only able to see it from outside. We also walked nearby, which was also a great experience. The Notre Dame Cathedral opened back up in December of 2024, so you should be able to book your tickets to go visit it. The sixth activity you must do while visiting Paris is to walk along the Seine River, which is also very close to the Notre Dame Cathedral. It is the heart of Paris and one of the best ways to experience the city. You can also take a sightseeing cruise or a dinner cruise. When I went, we went on a dinner cruise and it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. It started before the sunset, and by the time we were finished with our food, we were able to catch the sunset and see the Eiffel Tower light up. It is also perfect for a romantic night in Paris. If you're traveling with children, I think that Disneyland is a must. Even if you've gone to other Disney parks in America, I think that Disneyland in Paris is still an experience. I've gone to Disney World in Orlando many times, but going to Disneyland in Paris was still a very different experience, and I do not regret going. Disneyland in Paris has other attractions that we don't have in America, as well as different foods, and the parks are a bit different too. Montmartre is Paris's most charming and artistic neighborhood. There you can walk the cobblestone streets where Picasso once lived. You can also climb the Sacré-Cœur Basilica for a stunning view of the city of Paris, which is even better at sunset. Experiencing the Parisian cafe culture is something you have to do while in Paris. The culture in Paris is so different than it is in America. A simple cup of coffee with a croissant in the morning is an experience you cannot miss. I recommend to just find a cafe in the morning, sit, and enjoy the views. I think that's the ultimate Parisian experience. And finally, the best way to wrap up your trip in Paris is to watch the sunset from Tocquedero. Here you'll catch the best views of the Eiffel Tower. It is an unobstructed, picture-perfect spot. As the sun sets, the Eiffel Tower looks beautiful against the colorful sky. It is perfect for photos and videos. This spot has one one of the best views of the Eiffel Tower. When it lights up at night, it's just a beautiful experience. Now, I get that planning a trip to Paris can be sometimes stressful and overwhelming. That's why I made a video about 6 essential travel tips as a first timer in Paris, so you can avoid the most common mistakes people make when going to Paris and enjoy your trip to the fullest. I'm gonna put it on the screen so you can watch it next.